Hi Cancer, welcome to your mid-December 2018 tarot and astrology reading. It is full moon time on the 22nd of December. There will be a full moon in your sign. We only get one full moon a year, and it is time to illuminate yourself and release yourself, free yourself from what has been chaining you down in this world. What has really been getting you down in your life, Cancer? It's time to engage in a rebirth. Rebirth is a new beginning, a new chance to view yourself through a different lens, view your world through a different lens. And with the Sun in Capricorn, your focus is primarily going to be on partnerships and what it is that you're giving and receiving from your relationships. What patterns are there? So then the full moon occurs in your sector of self. It's a great time to change something, particularly if it's visual, if it's something that you can see every day. If you can see change in something literal, in something physical, you know that change is occurring, and you know that things are moving in a different direction if they've been stale for some time. With Mars being in your romantic sector, Neptune now direct in your romantic sector, you may be becoming aware of what mistakes you've been making, the way you've been viewing things. You maybe realize that your relationship patterns were unhealthy, and you may have been restricting yourself to a certain way of living or a certain standard of treatment that you accepted and you will accept no more. Fresh start, new beginning, new passions, new drive, new energy. It's like opening a window and letting in fresh air. Knight of Cups in the positive position. You may be dealing with a new romantic interest. The Ten of Pentacles is a challenge. You may not be feeling completely secure. And the Tower means that you're changing things up. You're not doing things the way you were doing them anymore because they weren't working. They were false. You weren't building on solid foundations. You're having a revelation. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant revelation. The Tower is nothing to be afraid of. The Tower stops you making further mistakes. The Tower stops you going down an incorrect path. The Tower wakes you up to what you weren't paying attention to. It's kind of similar to Taurus, but different in other ways. False assumptions will be rectified. You're going to be transformed into a new version of yourself. The Knight of Cups can also represent you. You're being transformed romantically in your partnerships. You're letting go of that which has chained you down. And all it takes is some inspiration. All it takes is that one spark, that one idea, that one moment. Experience is the greatest advice. Because what you necessarily hear from others won't always translate. Someone could tell you, you're brilliant, why do you keep going for such losers? Or you are so beautiful, but you sell yourself so short. And you take the compliment, that's fine, Cancer, you take it, and you do it again. Because you think, if I have this, why do I attract this? Why do I attract someone who treats me badly if I have all this going for me? There must be something wrong with me. No, you're selling yourself short. This sounds very tough. I know it sounds like I'm being very tough on you, but this is just the picture I'm seeing. It may not resonate for you, of course. But you can always look at your moon and rising sign as well, and they're general, so they won't get you every single month, you know? But the Knight of Cups to me suggests that romantically the change is positive. So this Tower moment is nothing to be afraid of. It's as I say, it's a revelation of self. It's a change. It's a spark. I think you could be worried about money. That makes sense this time of year. It's expensive to live your day-to-day life around this time of year. There's a lot of things demanding your money, demanding your attention. And you might not be feeling completely secure in your decision. You might not know how to begin again. But with Mars there, with Mars and fellow water sign Pisces, you're sowing some pretty good seeds. You're sowing some pretty good seeds that are going to grow into something next year that's a lot more fruitful, a lot more fulfilling for you. A lot more positive. You're not going to keep planting your seeds in the shade. You're not going to keep going for people in the dark. It's almost as if lightning has been striking in the same place over and over and over. And you're done with that. You're done with going for the same people. This is very like fellow Cancerian Ariana Grande's song, Thank You Next. is what I'm sort of seeing from this. I don't personally love the song, but it's the same principle. I know she's a Cancer. Patterns in behavior also don't always have to represent romantic interests. They can represent the way you deal with yourself, the way you talk to yourself, the energy you put into yourself. This could be putting more energy into you, devoting more time to yourself. Something did end. Something had to end so that something else could begin. Could have been a Scorpio. 9 of Swords. 4 of Pentacles. Somebody romantically is holding on to you. Judgment in the Challenge. And the Queen of Cups can also be you. Cancer, if you are dealing with a water sign X that is recent, they could be holding on to you still, or you could be holding on to them. There is somebody who's not been quite released yet. For a lot of you. Not for all of you, for a lot of you. The Judgment card in the Challenge position tells me that you're somewhat resisting this change, this rebirth. The 4 of Pentacles here, you're trying to hold it all together, but you're also resisting certain things. Stop resisting the change that is occurring. It is occurring. It's already started. You have to be flexible and bend with the breeze like a reed. You have to go along with this. The energies are pushing you in a different direction. You can't keep resisting what has already happened. You know, Judgment wants you to wake up to the facts and smell the roses. It wants you to be ready to make the next move, ready to make the next step. But you're doubting yourself. You're doubting you're on the right path. You're doubting that this change was meant to happen. It was meant to happen. Whatever it is that's concerning you at the moment, whatever it is that's shaking you up and rattling you and making you feel a little bit uneasy, this is occurring for a reason. It's occurring for you to get better. Because the way that I'm seeing these cards is that you've been selling yourself incredibly short in many ways, Cancer. And it's asking you to reconsider that. Whenever the sun is in Capricorn for you, which it will be until about the 20th of January, you are going to be considering what it is that you want from your partnerships. You are going to be considering whether people treat you right or whether you have a specific type that reflects a pattern and a pattern that's not worked out for you yet. So why are you repeating it again? The Tower is all about building things on false foundations. It's all about creating a structure that isn't built to last, a structure that's going to crumble. And it is coming from your choices because this is you. As I say, there is a water sign in the past who is possibly still thinking of you, or you're still thinking of them. I do feel you're holding on to a romantic attachment, and it may be to your detriment. I'm not quite sure yet. King of Swords, it could be an air sign for some of you. It could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or it could be that you're not thinking clearly. Again, very similar energies to Taurus for some reason, even though Taurus isn't here. I do think for some of you it's a Scorpio, but not for everyone. This is a very strong Scorpio energy, so this could have been something that ended during Scorpio season. Bear in mind, Venus is in Scorpio. That could be it. Venus and your water sign roommate, Scorpio. It's making you more alluring, more attractive, but that doesn't help if you're not feeling completely content on the inside. You're feeling out in the cold with certain people. You can be attracting as many wonderful people as you want, but if your heart is set on somebody who's not there or somebody who's not giving you attention, it's going to spoil your experiences. You know? How many times has that happened where you're at a party and you're meeting different people and all you can think about is the person that's not there and the person that's not speaking to you? The person that you wish was there and you're not at all in the moment because you're wondering. Strength. It's time to get some courage and compassion for this situation. Page of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. Interesting. Could be fire. 4 of Cups. There was a rejection. There was a rejection. The Sun. Fabulous. Love it. Like a little happy ending here. So the Hanging Man is underneath. Okay. You're connecting to your power by releasing control. A lot of people think that control and power are the same thing. They're actually not. Personal power is about trusting yourself and having confidence in yourself. The people who are the least powerful feel the need to control everything around them. Bear that in mind. When someone's trying to control you, it's because they aren't powerful. When somebody is acting in a way that you're trying to control, you don't feel powerful. You know? Release the need to control things. This strength card is everything. You could learn a lot from your Leo mates this time of the year. Seeking compassion, seeking understanding, seeking courage. She knows that she has this lion under control. She's not worried. If you're feeling powerless, you're worried. You feel like you have to control everything. You know? She looks content. You could definitely be dealing with a Leo person, Cancer. If you are, there's good times ahead. There's a conversation being had that is positive. It could be that you had to have a massive argument to realize you were both on different pages, and you can reconcile that. There seems to be a very positive Leo grasp on this, but there also seems to be romantically some sort of positive change leading from the way you react or the way you view your romantic history. You know, the Tower moment can sometimes be so brief. It can be a wonderful change in many, many, many ways. And as I say, a lot of the cards have misunderstandings attached to them, whereby you think the Tower is going to be this huge traumatic event. It isn't always. It can be a falling out, and you can reconcile with the person you fell out with relatively quickly after. I've seen that happen many, many, many times. The difference is if you try and reconcile and rebuild without changing what has failed before, you will be sorry, because it won't work. It will be destined to crumble again and again and again. If you approach it with the Sun, if you feel powerful, if you radiate who you truly are with the Queen of Cups here, if you feel happiness and joy within yourself on an independent level, your relationships will flourish. When you treat yourself with kindness and respect, you will not worry about treating other people with it, because it will happen automatically. You will not worry about giving too much or too little. You will be able to give because your cup is full. If other people are not treating you well, you will react with love for yourself and love for them. And love for yourself would mean leaving, or at least speaking your truth and seeing if they can come up to the bar that you've raised, right? It's that self-love. Four of Pentacles, to me, I do feel you're holding on to somebody, and there's somebody that you're going to work things out with, okay? That's for a lot of you. That's provided, as I say, you do the work. The problem is, there's been a rejection that has hurt your ego in somewhat. Somebody has let you down, or someone has hurt you. This is working to your detriment if it is a reconciliation, right? Judgment. You need to be clear of all the facts. You can't go into something blindly because it's comfortable. Okay? I do feel you may be feeling insecure, and the distance between you and this person will increase if you try and go into this as an incomplete version of yourself. More self-love needs to be practiced here from the change that has come. If you do not feel like you can get over the rejection as it was in the beginning, I don't know that this can necessarily be something which will flourish, okay? Judgment is the challenge, and it's major arcana against 3 minor arcana, 2 of which are court cards. I would suggest contemplating it, taking time to think it over, especially if it is to do with another water sign, as I feel it may be. Has this person really done any work on themselves, or have you done the work on yourself? Is it different? Is the circumstance different that it can get another go? And for a lot of you, this can be new love that comes in, and you fall head over heels at first glance, and you want to rush in, and you don't want to take it slow. Just be mindful, Cancer, that it is good to go into this if you are feeling completely content, okay? That a lot of folk see relationships as the fixer of their problems, and it rarely does anything but generate more when that is the case, or that is the expectation. It's good to go into things whenever you are feeling completely content on your own, because then you know you have something to fall back on. You won't feel completely lost. Also, if you have a strong relationship with yourself, you won't attract people that want to detract from your life. You will attract people that want to enhance it. There's a lot of need here for compassion of self. You're going to flourish. The sun, it suggests that you radiate positivity. You're connecting to your power. It's your solar plexus of personal power. It's very much to do with feeling in alignment with your greatest self, your higher self. And it's having a sunny disposition. This is in particular, if you do have Leo in your chart, this seems to be stronger. It's an interesting reading, I must say. It's very much to do with one story, which is kind of cool. Vibrancy. I think you really are going to do what it takes to get something more secure going into 2019, Cancer. It's almost like you're building up some sort of safety net for yourself. So this could be financially too. You could realize that you need to spend less and save more, or you need to find a way to do both. But at the same point, I feel like this is very much romantically oriented. So I guess if you're looking for career messages, this isn't so good, right? I think if you are looking for career, let me see. I'm just wondering here. I mean, there could be news coming in with the Page of Pentacles, because that can represent news. That could also suggest you're dealing with an earth sign. But positivity seems to be coming through in abundance here with the sun. It could be a lot to do with the sun being in Capricorn, that you are having more of a grounded sense of self. Now, the Sagittarian energy that was at the beginning of the month, for most of the month, and Jupiter being there and Mercury being there, Sagittarius energy for you really enhances your work life and your day-to-day routine. So that probably is pretty well aspected as it is, and I think we talked more about that in the December read, but I do feel like there's a romantic message coming through whereby there could be somebody new and there could be somebody from the past. It really depends, but there's a romantic vibe that I'm seeing here. Some of you could also find that you are conceiving little babies this month, or you find out you're conceiving a baby, in which case it would probably be a Leo, wouldn't it? If we're in December. Yeah, that would be a Leo, I think. So that could be that. I'm going to draw some goddess guidance cards and see what comes up. It's very general, I must say. It was kind of feels like you're moving on from an ending in some ways, but also having a bit of a rebirth. There's a big change going on for a lot of people. I think Neptune going direct in Pisces has really woken a lot of folk up to what they were not paying attention to. I've said that in a few of the readings. Your vision is becoming clearer, and that's nice. Purification, temperance. Okay, it's a time for a cleansing, detoxification of your body and mind. That is so very true. Just what we were saying. Mary Magdalene, unconditional love. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. Strength. Just remember what I said about power and control. Matt, fairness. The situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So, there's the balance we were talking about. Seeing things from a different perspective, going into relationships differently, viewing relationships differently, being fair, being objective, and being kinder to yourself. Just remember, unconditional love doesn't necessarily mean it has to just come from somebody else to you. It's from you to you is important, Cancer. Okay, so this is long. My capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. What was I saying about power? You're getting your power back. Awesome. Happiness is your birthright, Cancer. And I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. Yes. Second chances. seeing the past differently, changing the future. Happiness is your birthright. You're regaining your power. I love it, Cancer. I'm very happy for you. I hope you can see the positivity in this. I hope you can see that your compassion will be your guide. The compassion is the key to your power. You haven't lost anything. You've gained something. Okay, so I think this is wonderful for you guys, and I'm very, very happy that this is the case. I love seeing the sun as an outcome card. It is a recharge, it's a revitalization, it's a revelation. You're getting back your power, and this is just what you need to go into 2019 and kick some butt. So I will see you in January for the reads then. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.